Hey guys, back again, this time with the Longines Master Collection Chronograph. This is in the black dial with the Arabic numerals, and this is the 40mm case version. So this is a nice chronograph offering from Longines, a very respected Swiss brand. It is a very complicated watch. So we have to go over, we have a 12-hour chronograph. We have the day, the month, and a date pointer. So you have this crescent moon hand pointing to the date, and you can see it goes all the way up to 31 around the outer index of this dial here. You have a Moonphase indicator below. And then we also have the smaller subdial, and there is the running seconds for the normal time, and the larger hand for the outer dials pointing to a 24-hour indicator. So right now it's pointing to 2 o'clock in the afternoon, and we know that because it's pointing to 14 over here. Yeah, so this is a very nice chronograph. The top subdial, you have on the inner part of it kind of this circular type pattern, sunburst pattern here. Same thing down at the Moonphase, and also on this dial there's some finishing there. I'm pretty sure the main dial itself is a stamped, I forgot what they call it, like a barley corn dial, but yeah, very nice. One thing to note, that this chronograph usually on the top is like a jumping minutes. So once this hand goes one full rotation around the dial, this would just jump to 1. However, for this particular chronograph, it's just like a minute hand of a normal watch. It's just slowly moving to 1 as the minutes go on. There's no jump. But so we got the 30-minute counter on top, the 12-hour counter down below here, which also houses the Moonphase in the top part of the subdial. And yeah, press that to stop. Press the bottom one to reset. In order to set the date, the day, there is a pusher on the side of the case. So you just, I'll show you the tool in a minute, but there's a little tool and you just push it just to show us the correct date. In order to set the month, you pull the crown out, and I think you spin it this way, and then what that does is it moves the date. So you use that to quick set the date, but you also spin it all the way around a few times in order to set the month. So you know, if I wanted to get to July, I would pull the crown out and spin the date hand all the way around to 31. That'll switch the month to July, and then set the correct date from there. To set the Moonphase, you just turn the crown the other direction, and it will set this Moonphase right here. 24-hour indicator, you don't really need to set that. You just pull the crown out to the right position and then just keep turning it until it, you know, if you're in PM, make sure you're in the bottom half over here. If you're in AM, make sure you're over here. So nothing too crazy going on there. This watch is all high polished. The entire case is all high polish. The bezel's high polish. The back is high polish. The only brushing on this watch is if you opt for the bracelet version, which comes with a brushed center link here. But the end links, it's all polish. Even the butterfly clasp down here is all polish. One thing that's very interesting that I didn't even realize until I got this watch was I thought this came with silver hands, and they do come with silver hands, but the majority of the time silver hand watches are either high polished or brushed or a mixture of both. This one in particular is actually a sandblasted finish on the hand, so you can see tiny little pitting in the hands themselves, which I thought was an interesting detail. I haven't seen too many sandblasted or bead blasted set of hands before, so just something to call out. I know there's other variations of this watch, like the white face dial with the Arabic numerals has blued hands. I think there's a sunburst blue dial that has high polished silver hands, so this one has the sandblasted like matte silver hands, which I think actually looks very nice with the contrasting with the black dial. Well, let's talk about the star of the show here. So this watch comes with Longines. Forgot the name of the caliber, but it's on the rotor here. But basically, this is a valjoux 7751 that Longines heavily modified, and what I mean by that is that this is a column wheel, as you can see right there, that blue little column wheel. So this is a column wheel chronograph. Valjoux movements, I think the chronographs usually they come with the vertical clutch, so there's no column wheel. But this one, they added a column wheel. They cut out the bridge a little bit there and gave it a nice little bevel finishing so you can see that column wheel. But yeah, it's a beautifully decorated movement. It has, here we go. It has a Geneva striping finishing on the rotor. It has a little Longines hourglass logo cut out on the rotor. And you also get that perlage on the bridge there. And you can see that blue column wheel. So let's see if I can get that in action there. So there's me touching the pusher. And now we'll pause the chronograph. Let's restart it again. Let's pause it one more time, and I'm going to reset it. Oops, give me one second. There we go. So, very easy to actuate. Yeah, very nice movement. It beats at 4 hertz. Was at the 28,000 vibrations per hour. And another thing it did to the movement was, I think these valjoux movements usually get 44 or 48 hours of power reserve. Longines got this up to 64 or 66 hours, I believe, which is surprising because it's still a 4 hertz watch. So I know some of the other modified ETA calipers that Longines has, they increased the power reserve to like 72 hours or 80 hours, I think. No, I think it's 72 hours. But they do that by lowering the beat rate down to 3.5 hertz, so you get that 6 beats per second in order to get that extended power reserve. They extended the power reserve on this watch, and it's still ticking at 8 beats a second. Even the chronograph hand is very has a very smooth sweep to it. So I don't know how they extended the power reserve. Maybe they found a way to cram a bigger mainspring barrel in there, or maybe it's a more efficient gear train. I don't know what they did, but kudos to them. This watch is all about the movement, so they spent a lot of money on the movement itself. The bracelet's nice. It's like I said, is high polish on the sides and brushed in center. We have Longines signed on this side and the logo on this side. The actual butterfly clasp, it feels a little thin. You know, it doesn't feel as substantial, but I have to say the spring action in these pushers feel really good. Like, even closing the watch feels like quality. I don't know how to describe it, but you have these hidden push buttons to open at the point. Yeah, it feels very nice. So there's a lot to like about this watch. I mean, it's a Swiss chronograph, Swiss automatic chronograph with a column wheel, annual calendar, Moonphase, 24-hour indicator. It's a lot of watch. There are some negatives, which I will get into. This is all high polished. It wouldn't have killed them to maybe brush the side of the case or just give it something, you know. I like high polish, but when it's all high polished, I mean, it's just a fingerprint magnet, you know, so they kind of cut corners there. Another thing that was very surprising, that I was kind of shocked that they cut corners, is that this bracelet is a push pin bracelet. I would have expected screws at this price point. So let's just make sure you get your pin pusher tool ready when if you ever get this watch. So I was kind of shocked to see pins being used. There are no blued screws in the movement. You just got that perlage work and the Geneva striping and the blued column wheel, but still nice movement. Other than that, I think that's really it for the cons, because you get a heck of a lot of watch for the price. I paid a little bit under $2,000. I think Prestige Time has a few of these left over on the pre-owned website. So I bought this watch from Prestige Time pre-owned, but it's new. It was in unworn condition. So I think there's another YouTuber on here who got this same watch, or I think he got the 42mm version. But yeah, it's the same story where Prestige Time bought a couple of these watches from a company doing like a rewards events, and they had some extras, so Prestige Time bought them, and now they're selling them to us. When I received it, it was all in its factory packaging. It was all wrapped up. All the stickers were still on. I had to de-sticker everything, so it was pretty much a brand new watch. And even the warranty card was stamped in April of 2022 from an authorized dealer in Antwerp, Belgium. So this still has an actual warranty, which is insane to me. So I'm very, very pleased with that. I think they still have some 40 and 42 millimeter versions left. So if you're interested, you know, might be worth taking a look. The watch did come in a very nice kind of dark red. Let me zoom out here. Longines box, your standard Longines, and here's that tool I was talking about. And you just use this and you push the pusher inside the case to change the day. Yeah, very nice watch. I'll put it on my wrist. It doesn't matter which order you put the the bracelet on, but like I said, it's nice you have that invisible pusher. So to just do that to open it. Let's put this back on again. So I have a 7-inch wrist, and this is what the 40 millimeter case looks like. Fits perfectly. If you have a bigger wrist, they do sell a 42. Get that nice crisp actuation of the chronograph second hand. And it's not terribly thick. I think it's either just around or right under 15 millimeters thick. But we have a nice taper to the bezel, so there's no points where any shirt will get caught on the watch itself. So these can easily slide underneath a shirt cuff if need be. But yeah, I think this will also look really good on a leather strap. I'm sure you can find it. It's a 21 millimeter lug width, which is kind of annoying. So it kind of puts your straps options down a little bit, but that's okay. The lugs are very tiny and it tapers down dramatically, so don't let the height of the watch this way kind of defer you from it, because it really tapers down dramatically, as you can see. So yep, that is the Longines Master Collection chronograph in the black dial with the Roman numeral. Yeah. One last thing, the movement itself, it's keeping very accurate time. I would say plus 3 to 4 seconds a day for this one. So yeah, you're getting a very very nice watch, very accurate, very dressy, very complicated watch for a relatively low price. To have Swiss heritage and a Swiss caliber movement with the column wheel, like, it's just a lot of watch. So yeah, like I said, any questions, leave them below in the comments. I'll try my best to answer, and have a good one.